Well, we are here today at the maniacal Goodwill with Dagmar, and we are about to head in and see what we can find that we can buy and flip for a profit. Now, the last time we were here, we did not have very good luck. So, here's hoping that today is different. We are here later in the day, and it could be good or bad. We're gonna see. So here we go. So I didn't have very high hopes after our last trip to this Goodwill, but I decided that it was worth another try. And as soon as we walked in the door, I spotted this abandoned bin here and decided to poke through it a little bit. I found this really neat mirror, which I liked. I thought it had kind of a vintage feel to it. These burlap pieces were really nice. I thought they'd be perfect for a wedding, but I really didn't need to resell them. I figured someone else who was planning a wedding could come in and buy them and probably get a better deal on them, put them to good use, and so I left them there in the bin. So then I turned around and noticed this tray right here, and I really loved these heart-shaped tiles. It was very heavy because it was the tiles in grout, but it was $9.99. You could see on the back it also had a wall hanging. I liked the design of it, and I felt like we could stick this in our booth and do pretty well with it. There was also a bird artwork here. It was numbered and signed, and I love the little birds. They looked like they were singing. And so I ended up sticking this in my cart as well for $2.99. I felt like that was a good price for that. This covered dish had bright florals on it, and it kind of made me think of spring. So I checked the mark on the bottom. It wasn't one that I recognized, and I ended up passing on this because of the discoloration, and you can see that there is some damage there on it. And then I found this. I was really excited about this because it was Wendy Meadows Pottery, and I found a couple lamps that I assumed were by Wendy Meadows Pottery recently. I love this pottery. There's something so whimsical about it. You can see there is damage to it, but it wasn't very expensive, and I felt like a collector could really appreciate that piece, so I stuck it in my cart. This reticulated dish, I actually expected it to be made in Japan, but when I turned it over, it was marked Germany, which was a little bit surprising. This was Italy. And this plate, the dogs were so adorable. It was marked print run on the bottom. Not something I'm familiar with, but clearly modern. I noticed this wooden piece here on the shelf, and the dolphin mirror was kind of on top of it. So I was curious what exactly it was, and I had to kind of finagle my camera to get a better look at it. It turned out to be two geese and a little bonnet girl. I passed on that. Here on the end cap, there was the remnants of a ginger jar. It would have had a lid. It was $2.99, and because it did not have a lid and it was fairly modern, I left that behind. This teapot looked to be either German or Czechoslovakia. You can see there is a chip on the spout. The mark would have been under the $2.99. Unfortunately, because of the chip, I left that. I just have so much inventory that I'm being a little bit more selective these days. This was really nice. It was made in Japan. It had kind of a chintz design to it, which is that very busy floral pattern, but there was a lot of discoloration and a lot of crazing on it. We've got a cutting board here. You can see it was put to good use. I loved that shell detailing there. And down on the bottom, there are some blue and white dishes. And so I wanted to take a closer look at these. That one did not have any markings on the back. This one did. They were vintage, but they weren't antique. They weren't terribly old. They were Currier and Ives, so I passed. This clock was neat, but it looked like a hassle to ship. And there was a nice plate here. It was marked RS Germany on the bottom. I didn't see much value in a single plate like that. This was hand painted. You can see the little house on the water with the swans. It's your typical scene. This little punched piece, I suspect, may have been for a candle. And this was nice as well. It was a dragonfly. I didn't think either of those pieces had a very high resale value, but then I found this, and this was silver plate, but what I liked about this is that it was not monogrammed and it had not been personalized. It had some tarnish on it, but it appeared to be in pretty good condition. There weren't a whole lot of dents. Unfortunately, there was no creamer to go with it, but I was interested. Unfortunately, there was no sticker, and this Goodwill is notorious for not selling things without prices on them. And so I checked even under the lid and there was no price, and I just said, you know what? I don't need it. I will leave it here. Now this right here was a nice apple, and this was an orange, and I left them both. This was a whole bag of Dalmatians for $6.99, and I did look through the Dalmatians. They were primarily resin. I was hoping that there might be some porcelain Dalmatians in there that were intact, but there were no porcelain pieces in there. They were all resin. The turtle was cute. He was a souvenir turtle, however. And I thought this was adorable. And it was 99 cents. I actually stuck this in my cart before I realized it was a candle, and the candle had been half used, and I ended up leaving it behind. Now I liked the design of this. It was clearly like a reverse painted kind of deal and modern. Now, when I saw this yellowware bowl on the shelf, I got really excited, but the $29.99 kind of took me by surprise, and you could see Dagny was a little surprised as well. $29.99 was a little surprising for Goodwill, and I'm sure that it had value. I'm just not all that familiar with the value of those mixing bowls, so I left that behind. This set of Limoges was $14.99. So even though $14.99 is a good price to buy and put in your home, I just didn't feel like it was a good price to buy and attempt to resell. That was me rearranging their shelves because they were making me a little nervous. I probably could have pushed that in a little bit better, but there was a whole shelf of puppy dogs here, and they were adorable. I believe they were a stand cast. This Kleenex box, I liked that. There was a covered dish here. It was a nice design. I liked the mushrooms and everything on it. It was $9.99, and unfortunately it was missing its ladle. Those pieces were made in India. I thought these were cute little decorative pieces. There was a bamboo purse ready to be decorated. Now this right here is a reproduction Flow Blue for $20.99. That mark right there is indicative of a reproduction, and I only know that because of my viewers. I bought a piece in the past. Fortunately, I didn't pay to learn. It was a low price, but that is a reproduction piece. So that seems a bit high to me. And I'm not afraid to pay up for stuff at the Goodwill, but I still have to make a profit because I am a reseller. So on some things, I do have to pass. I liked that vase, but you could see on the bottom it did say made in China. These two vases were hand blown, and I liked the design on them. It almost reminded me of frost on the windows. And so even though some of the detail was wearing off, they were 99 cents a piece, and I thought they would look nicely displayed together. And so I stuck these into my cart for only 99 cents a piece. And surprisingly, I liked these. They had butterflies and flowers. They were terribly modern, and unfortunately one of them had a crack in the lid, so we left those. Now you can see I do have quite a few things in my cart, although I have realized now that this candle has been spent. And so the poor spent candle makes his way back onto the end cap there. There were some figurines on this end cap, and they were dancing together. They were very sweet, probably made in Japan. And there was some damage to them. That's why they got left behind. So I'm just checking the shelves now for a second time to see if there was anything I missed. This bin I did not look through, even though there is some burlap in there. This is a secondary bin that just happened to have a little bit more burlap in it. There was a vase that I thought was worth pulling out and taking a closer look at. This was a decorative Pier 1 vase, originally $20, and Goodwill had it marked down to $10, so they had it at half price. But it was very large, and it would have been cumbersome to ship. We've got some blown glass there. And eventually we ventured into the electronics. And you know we're getting desperate when Dagny and I are looking at electronics and rotary sanders. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. I'm not exactly sure though. It looks like a sander of some sort. There were some glasses there, some eyeglasses. This I liked. This is a Hamilton Beach thinger, my jigger. And my kids have been asking for a milkshake maker thing. And so this was the perfect solution to that, except there was no cup. Dagny found this. It was a pizza maker. It was also very cool, but I just don't have enough counter space for this thing. And I didn't want to ship it. All right, well, I put it all back. I literally went around the store and I put it all back. It was just, the line was really long and it wasn't really moving, and I just didn't really want to wait in the line. So I put everything back. There was nothing really that I was super excited about. I've got boxes at the shop. I didn't need anything. I think the hardest item to put back was probably the tile tray and the little Wendy Meadows cottage, or the bookstore. That was the hardest. But you know what? In my mind, I'm saying someone else is going to come through, maybe another reseller. They could probably use those items more than I could, flip them for a profit, pay some bills, do whatever they have to do with them, and it's not the end of the world. I don't need every single item. So that's that. I think we are probably going to take a break from this Goodwill for a little while, because prices are just they're getting a little bit high, a little bit too high for resale. And so we're going to explore some other options, find some new places. But before I end this video, I did want to add some footage on the end. The other day, Andrew and I went over to his new showcase over at Carlisle Antique Mall, where he was loading some of his new items in. And so I did film a little bit over there of him filling the case and showing some of the items that he's going to be putting in his showcase. And so I did want to share that with all of you. So I am going to tack that footage here on the end. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Later.
Mop. Mop.
Well, Andrew is communicating with the crows. We have crows now.
Put your seatbelt on.
We have Gary and we have crows.
Oh, there's like 12 of them.
There is a murder of crows.
Mop.
And we are in Andrew's car. We are heading around the corner to go check out his
They keep
case.
asking for a mop.
I gave them bread and it wasn't good enough. Now they want a mop.
Mop.
We're gonna go check out Andrew's new case at the Carlisle Antique Mall. They're closed, but we have permission to go in and film the case and maybe his booth. They're waiting for us to leave because I was throwing them bread.
Yeah, they're up there on the wire.
They're like, why have you left?
Oh.
Look, they're going for it.
Yep, they're all swooping down. You're gonna have to blur out some license plates.
Oh my gosh. They
That's
got the
cool.
bread.
I like crows.
Wow, it looks really nice.
Yeah, I took the doors out and cleaned the glass.
Fabrico. It has a new home. The jewelry looks really nice too.
I know it does. Everything I do looks nice.
Everything I do looks nice. Ooh. So pretty. I love that necklace. I got one of your Transylvania plates in there.
A couple coins. I got more coins coming. So all the stuff that's on the bottom shelf is going to eventually move its way up.
Yeah.
And then the bottom shelf is going to be all coins and stuff like that on display trays.
Yeah, I love that you put your toaster in there.
Yeah, those are cool.
Fancy toaster. It looks great.
Everybody, the side loads are popular.
Yeah. Well, and the little peekaboo window that you can watch your toast progress through.
This is got 3 sliding doors. I can actually
Oh wow.
access the middle of the case. So I got pretty good access to the case.
Yeah, it looks great. Ooh, it's dark. It's more spacious now that you've moved the case back. This is beautiful. 300 on that. You're right, this was in amazing condition.
Oh, the sofa?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Brian took care of spraying and tagging it.
That's awesome.
So, anytime we bring anything flocked in like that,
Yeah.
it's got to be sprayed and tagged, but we just leave it out on the back loading dock area.
And they'll do that.
And they'll do it for us.
That's fantastic.
We don't have to mess with it. He's got like a whole little system set up to do it. So,
all your comic books.
you know, and I'll tell you what, everything's staying pretty well organized. We're not getting too crazy with knocking stuff around.
And they're moving.
Yes, I have a bunch more to bring over between tonight and tomorrow. There. One thing that really ticked me off though,
Yeah.
is my $250 book they destroyed.
They destroyed.
Yeah, so it's Paradise Lost.
Yeah.
They ripped the cover off of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they ripped the cover off of it, playing with it. So anyway,
some people just don't know how to handle books.
it is what it is.
That's something that probably you should lock in the case.
Yeah, they're gonna.
I would move those up into the upstairs.
That's where they're gonna wind up going. I have to get proper book stands for them though. I can't. I don't want to like. I don't know. I could probably do something with them.
Oh, that's
Yeah, let's
tragic.
take them. Let's take them upstairs when we go up, and we'll put them in. Figure out how to put them in the case up there.
Okay.
Because I think they need to be. And I'm gonna mark the one. I'm gonna discount the one. I'm gonna. Well, I'm gonna have to come back and change the tag. But. Yeah, I gotta get some more stuff over in here. The shelves are getting holes in them. I like that.
Yeah, so selling.
So they're closed today and tomorrow. So that's usually when I come in, like either Monday or Tuesday night, and I will Oh, somebody bought the chamber pot that this was sitting on.
Oh, that's funny.
Go up there. Let's see. Yeah, that'll sit right there just fine.
That works.
Yeah, that's actually pretty well balanced. And you can still see the price of the scale.
350 for the Thriller jacket.
Yeah, that's what the all. Okay, so here's the deal with that. All of the ones I found online, all the comps are $3 to $350. I have it priced at $350, so this way I can discount it if somebody wants a discount. And then but all of them are red and black.
Yeah.
I found one gray and black. The guy wants $1,000 for it, and he's calling it a rare one of a kind, which obviously it's not a one of a kind.
Because we have one too.
I have one too. So I'm not, you know, expecting $1,000 like that weirdo is. So I'm trying to keep it priced where the rest of them are priced. Sold a couple books. There was a big console table here.
Oh, really?
And they bought that.
I remember that, yeah.
Yep, they bought that.
We gotta move some of those white chairs over here.
Yeah, we can do that, definitely. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, everything's looking pretty good.
I don't know where you would put the white chairs, though. Maybe over in that corner. Oh, no, you got your cot over there in the corner.
Yeah, but that can get moved.
Put a white chair over there. Just put one in here for now. See if it moves.
I could. I would put a pair over.
A pair?
Yeah, I'd do a pair.
Okay.
And I've got room out there too. Because I just had the chairs sitting out there.
Yeah.
Like stacked up.
Uh-huh. Well, these ones can't stack though.
No, I know that. But like I had them like right here.
Yeah.
Taking up this space.
Yeah.
So I feel like they could take up this space. No problem.
Cool.
So.
Well, after all that, we decided to change the case around even more. And Andrew ended up bringing the swords up here.
Yep, and I brought up
There's a lot of glare on here, but let me scooch the case. There we go. So he brought the swords up here to put up on the top. We kind of grouped the jewelry together a little bit more here. And I did put the parrot there on the bottom so that he could be seen. Fabrico got demoted to the bottom shelf.
My swords are more important.
Poor Fabrico. And then over here, he added his books up here because when they were downstairs...
Somebody ripped the cover off of this one completely, so this is all separated right here on the spine.
Unfortunately, some people just don't know how to handle old books, and they don't know how to cradle the spine when you open them. And that was probably what happened. So now that they're in the case, someone will be standing with them when they are handled. So hopefully that will protect the other ones from being damaged. But I think that it looks really good. I think it's filling up quickly. Now you just need to add more coinage. And I know that is your intent.
I'm working on that. I got display trays coming.
Yeah, so he's going to be adding more coins here. And I think it's shaping up really nicely. I think you did a wonderful job.
So far, so good.
I would move, yeah, the mocha-ware is kind of lost in there. Maybe, do you want to move the mocha-ware up a little?
Yeah, we can do that.
It's hidden behind your magical toaster.
Oh,
maybe we move the mocha-ware up front and center. The worm, what is it called? The worm pattern?
Worm pattern, yeah.
The worm pattern mocha-ware. There we go. Beautiful. He can hang out with Fabrico. Maybe not. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. In case you spotted something you just can't live without, we do post 25 to 30 new items in our eBay shop every single day, and I've posted a link to that down in the description.